Let's dive straight into the mindset of champions. Because if you are looking for a formula for your success, you've come to the right place. Today, we're going to talk about the top performers and what sets them apart from the crowd. You see, they don't just participate in their chosen fields, they dominate. And there are three essential elements that fuel their success: the belief that they are better than others, the consistent feeling of not being good enough, and their remarkable impulse control. I'm Hannes van Eden, and I'm a performance psychologist, and I'm here to help you succeed. Superiority complex. Now imagine a world where the relentless pursuit of success is the air you breathe, where the burning desire to achieve greatness courses through your veins like a powerful elixir. This world is inhabited by individuals who possess an unshakable belief in their superiority, an unyielding conviction that they are destined for more than the ordinary, and an unwavering commitment to surmount any obstacle that dares stand in their way. Now, in the world of the extraordinary, we find those who harbor a supremacy complex. These individuals do not merely dream of success, they breathe it. They live it. They are not content with merely participating in the game of life. They intend to conquer it. Now picture a world-class athlete like Serena Williams or Michael Jordan. They stride onto the court with a heart full of passion and unwavering determination to win. They don't just believe they deserve to win, they know it deep in their bones. This is the essence of the superiority complex. But what sets these individuals apart is not just their belief in their own greatness, it's their willingness to back it up with action. They are the embodiment of the principle that actions speak louder than words. They believe in their dreams, but more importantly, they believe in the power of hard work and dedication and perseverance. They are not content with resting on their laurels. They are hungry for more, and they are willing to put in the effort to make it happen. Imagine a powerful locomotive hurtling down the tracks, its destination clear in its mind, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can divert it from its path. These individuals have a singular focus, like a laser beam cutting through the darkness. They do not allow distractions or excuses to deter them from their goals. They cast aside the petty excuses that many use as crutches to avoid putting in the work. They are not interested in finding reasons why they can't. They are solely focused on finding a way to make it happen. Think of it this way. Imagine a chef preparing a Michelin star meal. He doesn't stop to check his social media every 5 minutes, nor does he let a phone call or an email disrupt his creative flow. He's in the zone and nothing can pull him away from his masterpiece. This is the level of obsession and dedication that individuals with a superiority complex exhibit. While most people are struggling to find motivation to drag themselves out of bed in the morning, these exceptional individuals are already hard at work. It's not just a routine or a chore for them, it's an essential part of their identity. They wake up with a burning passion, ready to seize the day and move closer to their goals. They don't need external motivation because their internal drive is like a perpetual engine, propelling them forward with unrelenting force. Now imagine you're in a race and there's someone ahead of you. They're not just a step or two ahead, they're miles ahead. But what's remarkable is that they are not looking back, not even for a second. They are entirely focused on the finish line, on achieving their goals. They are outworking everyone, not as a means to show off, but to prove to themselves that they can be better, do better, and achieve more. In the business world, these individuals are like the visionary Steve Jobs, who revolutionized multiple industries. He didn't just believe in his products, he believed in his ability to create groundbreaking innovations. His unwavering commitment to excellence and his willingness to push boundaries, even in the face of naysayers, made him a legend. This is the kind of drive that a superiority complex can inspire. The beauty of this mentality is that it's not about comparing yourself to others, but about self-improvement and self-realization. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. These individuals don't want to be better than you. They want to be better than who they were yesterday. Crippling insecurity. Have you ever met those people who seem to carry around a heavy backpack of insecurity wherever they go? It's like they are convinced they'll never measure up, no matter what they do. That right there is what we call crippling insecurity. Now let me take you into the mind of someone who is wrestling with this beast. They're stuck in this never-ending loop of self-doubt. And no matter how high they climb, they are convinced they'll never reach the summit. It's like being on a treadmill that just keeps going faster, but they can't catch their breath. You might think, well, what's the point in even trying if you're convinced you'll never be good enough? That's where you'd be wrong. You see, there's a breed of people who don't back down. They don't throw in the towel and say, I quit. They're the ones who keep pushing. They keep grinding, even when the odds seem to be stacked against them. Why? Because they have to. Think of it like this. Have you ever seen a marathon runner push through the pain? Every muscle is screaming, and the finish line is still a long way off. It's that grit, that determination to keep going when everything in your body is telling you to stop. That's the kind of spirit we're talking about. It's like they've got this fire inside them, a burning desire to prove to themselves and the world that they can do it, even when the inner demons are trying to tell them otherwise. It's like a boxer in the ring, taking hit after hit, but refusing to go down. They might be battered, they might be bruised, but they are not giving in. There's a quote that goes something like this: the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Well, these people might not love their self-doubt, but they sure as hell love the fight. They might not think they're good enough, but they're not about to let that stop them from trying. It's like an artist with a blank canvas, and they keep painting, they keep creating, even if they're not sure if it's any good. They're not doing it for the accolades, the praise, or the gold stars. They're doing it for themselves. It's like a scientist in the lab, driven by the curiosity to unravel the mysteries of the universe. They're not in it necessarily for the recognition. They're in it for the pursuit of knowledge, for the thrill of discovery. And let's talk about the word enough. You see, it's a tricky one, because what is enough really? For these warriors battling insecurity, it's like trying to hit a bullseye that keeps shifting. No matter how close they get, it's never close enough. Imagine you're playing darts and the bullseye keeps moving further away every time you throw. That's frustrating, right? That's what it's like for these individuals. They're chasing a feeling of being enough, but it's like trying to catch a shadow. It slips through their fingers every single time, and they're left grasping for something just out of their reach. But here's the thing, that feeling of not enough is what keeps them going. It's like the fuel in their tank, the wind beneath their wings. It's the challenge they cannot resist, the puzzle they can't help but solve. It's like being a detective on a never-ending case. Every lead takes you deeper down the rabbit hole, but you can't stop. You have to see it through. You have to find the answers, even if it means staying up all night and sifting through a mountain of evidence, because you know deep down that the truth is worth it. Now, someone might look at this relentless pursuit and wonder, is it healthy? Is it worth it? And the answer is, well, it's complicated. It's a double-edged sword, a high-stakes game. But for these individuals, it's not about being healthy or safe. It's about being true to themselves. Think of it like a mountain climber scaling the highest peak. The risks are there, the dangers are real, but the view from the top is worth perhaps every step. They're not doing it because it's easy. They're doing it because it's their Everest. It's their ultimate challenge. In the end, these individuals may grapple with crippling insecurity, but they also possess an unyielding determination. They're not held back by their doubts, they're driven by them. All right, let's dive into the world of impulse control. We all know those people who can zero in on a single task like a laser. It's like they've got these superpower, that this ability to block out the noise and hone in on what matters. They can focus intensely, and when I say intensely, one thing and one thing only. Now picture this. You're at a carnival and there are a million games, rides and distractions all calling for your name. Now the average person might be pulled in a dozen different directions, trying to do it all. They're like a kid in a candy store, overwhelmed by the choices and unable to focus. Now let's flip the script. Imagine there's someone at a carnival who's not like everyone else. They're not necessarily the guy or girl winning all the stuffed animals or setting records on the rides, but they're different in a fundamental way. They've got their eyes locked on one game, one goal, and they're not about to let anything pull them away from it. That's impulse control in action. These individuals are like the snipers of productivity. They're not swayed by the siren call of social media, the allure of a binge-worthy TV series, or the temptation to procrastinate. They are not here for the distractions. They are here for the win. It's like being in a room filled with noise and chaos, and yet they manage to tune it all out. They're like a symphony conductor leading an orchestra, and they're focused on the sweet, sweet music of their goals. Everything else is just background noise. The average person might have a life that's well balanced. They watch a few movies, they scroll through social media, maybe they put off tasks and endlessly search for that elusive burst of motivation to kick them into action. Does that sound familiar? But now let's talk about these impulse control warriors. They're cut from a different cloth. For them, the idea of balance is like a mirage in the desert. They're not interested in dabbling in a little bit of everything. They're like a chef crafting a masterpiece, meticulously adding ingredients to create a dish worth savoring. They're not about to waste their precious time and energy on distractions. Those are the things that hold you back, that keep you from reaching your full potential. Think of it like this. Imagine you're on a road trip. Imagine you're on a road trip and your destination is clear in your mind. You've got your GPS set and you're laser focused on the road ahead. You're not pulling over for every tourist trap or detour. You're on a mission and you're not letting anything derail you. That's the essence of impulse control. It's like having a clear roadmap for your life, and you're not about to let anything steer you off course. All those shiny distractions are like billboards on the side of the highway. They might catch your eye for a moment, but you're not veering off the road. You're headed to your destination, and you're not slowing down. These individuals are the embodiment of the quote, "The main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing." They've got their main thing, their North Star, and they're not about to let it fade into the background. While others might be wandering aimlessly through the forest, they are on the direct path to their destination. Now here's the thing, they're not necessarily the top performers or the CEOs or the celebrities of the world. They're just not like the average person. They've figured out that to achieve something exceptional, you've got to be willing to cut out the noise. It's like a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble, removing everything that doesn't belong until the masterpiece is revealed. So when you see someone who can focus intensely, who can lock a goal with unbreakable determination, remember this. They're not out of reach. They're not superheroes. They're just people who have realized that to go after what you want, you've got to shut out the distractions. It's like a spotlight in a dark room, and they've got it shining right on their dreams. And that's all from me. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll talk again in the next one.